Before ordering, you should have determined whether you would be mounting to the outer surface or the inside of your opening. For surface mount installation, follow these steps. Lay the cassette box down on its back and slide the tracks onto its side cover legs. Measure from the top of the cassette box to the bottom of the tracks. This will be your overall height measurement. Next, measure the cassette box width to make sure it will fit above the desired space and be wide enough for the tracks to be secured to the outside of the opening. Then, measure from the floor to the top of your opening on the right and left sides. If one side of the opening is shorter, make a mark above the shorter side of the overall height of the unit to indicate where the top of the cassette box will be once installed. You can then use a level to make a line from that point to determine where the other end of the cassette box should be once installed. Next, you can remove the roller tube assembly from your cassette box to reduce its weight, making it easier to lift into place. To do this, open the front cover by pulling down slightly at the lower front corners and lifting up. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screw holding the motor spring clip in place. Then, use needle nose pliers to remove the motor spring clip. On the opposite side of the roller tube, remove the blue or yellow locking clip with pliers. Then, squeeze the white retaining clip to release the pivot side of the roller tube. Lift the roller tube out of the cassette box and place it on a clean surface. Now is a good time to pre-drill holes in the tracks. Find the mounting groove and drill 6 inches down from the top of each track through both layers of aluminum. Then drill 2 to 3 more holes, spaced evenly down each track. If you want more space to run the cord through the inside of the track, you can drill a larger hole in the first layer of aluminum to allow the screw head and drill driver to go through and secure it to the second layer of aluminum against the mounting surface. If you are using self-tapping screws, pre-drilling through the first layer of aluminum is still recommended to prevent binding between layers. Next, reattach the tracks to the cassette box by sliding them onto the side cover legs. Then, guide the screen zipper into the PVC inserts on both tracks. With the help of an assistant and making sure to support the cassette box to prevent the side cover legs from breaking, lift the unit into place up against the wall. Before fastening, use a level to make sure the tracks are vertically level, while the cassette box is horizontally level and aligned with the marked height. Put one screw or fastener through the first hole at the top of each track. Make sure that your tracks are parallel to one another before adding the remaining screws. To do this, check that the distance from the top of the right track to the top of the left track is the same as the distance from the bottom of the right track to the bottom of the left track. You should measure from the inside of the tracks. These distances need to be within 1/8 inch of one another for the unit to function properly. Once the tracks are parallel, drive 2 to 3 more screws through each track, evenly spaced, or into your pre-drilled holes. At this point, with the roller tube removed, you can pre-drill and screw through the inside 4 corners of the cassette box into your mounting surface for added stability. Reinstall the roller tube into the cassette box, securing it by reinserting the blue locking clip and the motor spring clip. Spray the entire length of both tracks with dry lube, wiping off any excess. To set up the remote, first, press and hold the up and down buttons at the same time to wake up the unit. It will jog the screen up and down. Extend the fabric down a few inches using the remote control. Bring the unit to the desired lower limit. Once there, press and hold up and my until the unit starts rolling up. Once the screen is moving, you can release the buttons. At about 1 foot from the top, tap my to stop it, and use up to bring the screen the rest of the way until you have the desired upper limit. Once the screen reaches the upper limit, press and hold down and my, and the unit will roll down. Once the screen is moving, you can release the buttons. Tap my to stop it at the desired lower limit and press and hold my for 1 jog. Flip the remote over and find the program button inside a hole on the back of the remote. Use a pencil to hold the button down. The screen will do one last, quick, up and down movement. You will know the fabric is in the proper position in the tracks if you push your hand on the fabric near the edges and you feel it being retained. After everything is set, attach the track covers using a rubber mallet. Make sure you place a soft material between the mallet and the track cover. The surface-mounted screen installation is now complete and ready to use.